Dear friends and students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Mohammed Rafiq Tafi, Government Degree College, Latifabad, Hyderabad. Today, my lecture topic is breathing and the mechanism of respiration. So, in this lecture, I will discuss three things. One will be the breathing, what is breathing, and the second will be the exchange of gases, and third will be the mechanism of respiration, or we can say the breathing. Let's start. Breathing is a simple inhalation and exhalation of gases. Means inhale air, exhale air. Inhalation and exhalation of gases is known as breathing. Inhalation and exhalation of gases is known as breathing. We have two-way pathway for the inhalation and exhalation mechanism. Means inhalation and exhalation occur from the same pathway. That's why we are saying we have two-way pathway. Means inhalation and exhalation occur through the same pathway. You can see here inhalation occur from the same track, inhalation occur from the same track, and exhalation also occur from the same track. That's why we are saying inhalation and exhalation occur from the same pathway. That's why we have two-way pathway for the exchange for the inhalation and exhalation. Yeah, we can see the breathing. During the inhalation process, internal intercostal muscles around the lungs that are present, they push the lungs, or they push the ribs. During the exhalation, internal intercostal muscles push the lungs and air release out, while during exhalation, external intercostal muscles push the ribs and increase the cavity. At that time, inhalation occurs. Means during inhalation, internal intercostal muscles relax and external intercostal muscles contract. Rib cage moves upwards and diaphragm contracts and flattens, means move downward due to increase the means the size of the lungs. Volume of the thoracic cavity increase, pressure in alveoli decrease, and air moves in. Inhalation occur means from outside to inside the air. And the next one is the exhalation. During exhalation, internal intercostal muscles contract that push the lungs. External intercostal muscles relax. Means that is why during inhalation, external intercostal muscles contract. During exhalation, internal intercostal muscles contract. Rib cage moves downward. Diaphragm relax, yeah, it become upward. Volume of the thoracic cavity decrease, and pressure increase in alveoli. That's why air move outside. Air move outside the body. Next one, that is the exchange of gases. Means when we inhale air, that move towards the alveolar region. At that region, oxygen diffuse into the blood and carbon dioxide release out. That exchange of material from blood to air and from air to blood in the alveolar space is known as the exchange of gases. You can see here carbon dioxide that is present in blood that move outside, that's known, that is outside the outside, and oxygen diffuse into the blood, means oxygen diffuse into the blood, carbon dioxide release into the air at the alveolar region inside the alveoli, bubble like structure. This is the exchange of gases mechanism. Inhalation, at that time, oxygen diffuse into the blood and carbon dioxide release out. This process is known as exchange of gases. This is known as exchange of gases. Here you can see furthermore, these are the alveolar structure, means many alveoli that are covered by the capillaries, permeable capillaries. That's why blood remains in capillaries, and air remain inside the alveolar space in this region. This is alveolar space, and these are the capillaries that exchange the material. Oxygen diffuse, carbon dioxide release. This process is known as exchange of gases that occur always in the alveolar region, that's known as respiratory surface. Next one, that is the mechanism how exchange of gases occurring inside the body. Yeah, usually we can say the how breathing occurs. Breathing normally, this is one means in start a normal way, that's the involuntary mechanism. After means work, at the time of exercise, yeah, at the time of suffocation, uh, at that time, usually at that time, normally we are using the involuntary mechanism. Also at the time of sleeping, we are using involuntary. Normal breathing is involuntary. This is a voluntary. Means when you yourself increase this capacity, when you are means feeling there is something means less quantity of oxygen inside the blood and carbon dioxide is more, you yourself you are doing, that is the voluntary mechanism. When normally you are inhaling, I am teaching you, I am giving lecture, I am delivering lecture, I am listening music, I am doing any work, I am sleeping, at that time I am respiring. That respiration respiration, or we can say the breathing is a breathing is voluntary as well as involuntary. Normally normal condition, yeah, in suffocation, that's the involuntary mechanism. But when you yourself you are in this mechanism, you are doing, you are using your energy, at that time you can say this is the voluntary mechanism. Voluntary means in your control, involuntary means automatically. And next you can see here, this is a at that you can understand this one. When carbon dioxide, yeah, carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion quantity increase in blood, then blood move from the from the left ventricle. At that time, when blood move towards the carotid and aortic arch, at that time that was the carotid body and aortic body. Carotid body and aortic body are the chemoreceptors. They are responsible to respond the quantity of carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion into the blood. When carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion increase, these chemoreceptor give message to the medulla oblongata, and medulla oblongata give message to the intercostal muscles that are present around the lungs and internal intercostal muscles during the exhalation that put pressure on the lungs and air release out. When inhalation occurs, at that time, external intercostal muscles push their pressure on the ribs and cavity of chest increase, and inhalatory mechanism increase also there. So inhalation and exhalation is totally concerned with the medulla oblongata, and medulla oblongata work on the basis of chemoreceptor 24/7. Chemoreceptor are giving message to the medulla oblongata, and medulla oblongata passing their orders toward the intercostal muscles. You can see these are the intercostal muscles. One are the internal intercostal muscles, these are the internal, and these are the external intercostal muscles. You can feel find this here, you can see here. Again, you can see internal intercostal muscles are present around the lungs. They are responsible for the inhalation and exhalation, because that are the two types. One is the internal intercostal muscles and other are the external. Internal intercostal muscles that are for the exhalation, and external intercostal muscles are for the inhalation that are working against air. Means when carbon dioxide quantity increase in blood, then that give message uh, to the chemoreceptor, and chemoreceptor give message to the medulla oblongata, and medulla oblongata directly give message to the intercostal muscles. That intercostal muscles push the lungs, air release out, and again inhale, that push the ribs, exhalation occurs. So thank you very much for watching my this channel, and subscribe this and give your comments and guide me further. Thank you very much for further. Thank you.